Good morning to each and every single one of you. Or good afternoon, good evening, good night, whenever, wherever it is that you're watching this. I hope it's good. In case you guys were not aware, we are supposed to be getting an eclipse this month, by the end of this month, which is a pretty big deal. I forget what date exactly, but I'll put it right here, or right here. It's somewhere on the screen, okay? Eclipses are a pretty big deal because we don't get them often. We get them like every 100 years or something. I know I'm completely wrong about that. I'm estimating either up or down, but just, you know what I mean. They don't happen often. Being the film buff that I am, as soon as I found out about it, I started thinking, how often do we see eclipses in movies? The full moon is usually used as something bad or something evil whenever it comes to horror films. I'm pretty sure eclipses have been used in horror films too, but I couldn't really think of any. Oh, hey, Rachel. Say hi, Rachel.
Hi, Rachel.
No, Rachel, say hi.
Hi.
Oh, there's Noah as Robin. I did end up looking it up just to see what other movies were out there, and I ended up finding a few that I had never heard of, that I had never seen, but really, really caught my attention.
No! Look, see?
Good boy.
I threw it in the air and he caught it.
Don't sit on him. He's not a horse.
Yes, he is.
Got my coffee. It's delicious, in case you were wondering. And now I'm going to watch my movie. Not sure how the solar eclipse takes a part in this, but I was reading online that it's a pretty important eclipse.
Selena, we met before, Miss St. George.
Leave me alone!
I was the investigator when your father died.
No!
Maybe we should finish what was started 20 years ago.
What are you guys watching right now?
School of Rock.
School of Rock?
Yeah. After that, I'm gonna pick the movie.
Superman and Shazam?
The normal Superman is the superhero one. He's not the bad one.
Okay. Okay, so I just got done watching Dolores Claiborne. Is it Claiborne? I think it's Claiborne. I don't want to talk about it too much. Just do yourself a favor. Stop what you're doing. Well, don't stop watching this video. Finish watching this video. Go find it and watch it, because they just don't make movies like this anymore. The casting was great. Jennifer Jason Leigh, like, I was really surprised. Like, I'm not saying she's a bad actress. I just think that sometimes she's underrated. Like, I forget all about her. But she was great in this. I really enjoyed her. Kathy Bates, of course, she was amazing in this. Christopher Plummer, I mean, everyone. The movie literally starts off with what appears to be a murder scene. Kathy Bates' character is number one suspect, and her daughter, who hasn't seen her mother in about 15 years, comes back to see her to figure out what the hell is going on. The things that unravel through this story, because the movie is pretty much her trying to figure out what to do in this situation and sort of get out of it, even though she's pretty much given up on life because she's had such a troublesome life. But because her estranged daughter is there and they haven't seen each other and they're not close at all, they sort of start to reconnect with what happened many, many years ago. The things that unravel are great. Cannot express to you guys how much I love the transitions. The way that it goes from one scene to another whenever they're trying to tell a story or they're trying to explain what happened years ago. I love the way it just goes from one scene to the other. The movie takes place in just a few days, but through those days, they go back to what happened years ago. Oh, and the reason the eclipse is such a big part of the movie, something huge happened many, many years ago during a solar eclipse. That scene alone is amazing. Like, it gave me chills because there's something huge happening during this solar eclipse, and I feel like an idiot because I want to say what it is, but I feel like I'm explaining this movie without explaining it at all. And I apologize for that, but just trust me, go watch it. Something big is happening during this solar eclipse that the way it was all put together in this scene, it's almost like a new beginning for Kathy Bates' character. The solar eclipse isn't just beautiful to look at, but it's also like, it's heartwarming, it's scary, and it just, I don't know, man. Go fucking watch it, okay? I don't know what else to tell you. The movie is great. I don't read books at all, but if I were to read, then I would assume that this book is amazing. If it's anything like the movie, then I'm sure it's amazing. Before I watch the other movie that I haven't seen and will be watching for the first time that has to do with the solar eclipse, so I read online. Let's talk about a few other solar eclipses. Eclipses, is that a word? Eclipses? I'm going to say it anyways. Here are a few other solar eclipses that actually play a big part in the movie. Going to set the camera right here so I don't have to hold it the whole time. That's pretty good, I think. Little Shop of Horrors is a fantastic musical that I will forever love. If you've seen the movie, then you know it all looks like a very cheap episode of Sesame Street, okay? And in the best way possible. The reason it plays such a big part is because if it wasn't for the solar eclipse, then the human-eating plant wouldn't exist.
It all began in this little shop.
Ow! Damn roses!
Where, strange as it seems, something extraordinary happened.
I love Little Shop of Horrors. I think it's great. The music is hilarious. The whole movie, honestly, it's hilarious. Like I said, it's a very horribly done, rated R Sesame Street episode. That's the best way that I can explain it. Now that we got that out of the way, I'm going to watch another movie, but I'm going to watch it on my desktop because this is a horror film that I don't think the kids should be watching. So I've never seen it, but I'm very excited to watch it. Apparently, the solar eclipse also plays a big part in this. I will be watching Bloody Birthday. I think it's called Bloody Birthday. Apparently, there was a solar eclipse and children that were literally born during the solar eclipse grow up to be psycho killers. That's pretty much all I know. I'm excited to watch it because it sounds really interesting. It was made in the early 80s, so hopefully we have really good, practical, cheesy effects. Gonna watch it. I'll let you guys know what's up when I'm done.
Bloody Birthday.
The movie over yet?
Almost.
Okay, so my movie just ended. It went by really quick actually. It's like an hour and 20 minutes long, and yeah, I think I enjoyed it for the most part for what it is. The movie does not waste any time getting straight to it. The intro of the movie is the solar eclipse, and you just see the solar eclipse, and you hear the doctors at the hospital, and you hear the babies being born. There's 3 babies that are born at the exact same time during the solar eclipse. The funny thing about this movie is that, like I said, they don't waste any time. They literally get straight to it. You see the solar eclipse, and then 10 years later, the weekend they turn 10 years old, they start killing people. It doesn't matter how old they are. It doesn't matter if it's a sibling or not. They just randomly kill people. I also love the fact that there's not really an explanation as to why they do this. There is this one teenage girl that mentions it briefly. All she says is that there was a solar eclipse 10 years ago, and because Saturn was involved, and because of that, these 3 kids lack emotion, or a certain emotion that turns them into killers. And that's pretty much it. Like that's all you get from the movie. There's really like no plot or no story. There's no arc. These kids just kill during their 10-year weekend. I guess all I'm saying is in 10 years from now, after this solar eclipse that we're getting this month, yeah, if any kid was born during this month, I would say stay away from them in 10 years from now. because they might be just a tad bit more evil than they seem. I'm just saying. Is the movie over yet? It is over. Those are the credits. And now, last but not least, I want to talk briefly about my favorite solar eclipse moment in a movie. The movie is Apocalypto. I know a lot of us have already seen it, and we can all agree, hopefully, that it's an amazing, amazing film. I'm not going to talk about the whole movie. I'm just going to talk about the amazing solar eclipse. The Mayans are making these bloody, disgusting sacrifices to their gods, the gods of time, the gods of the sun, the gods of life. And the way they do their sacrifices is by removing or laying down a live human body on a stone, cutting their chest wide open, removing their hearts, and cutting their heads off and just throwing their heads and their headless bodies down these long ass flight of stairs. As soon as they are about to make this sacrifice with the main character of the movie, there is this huge solar eclipse that happens. And the Mayan warriors take it as a sign that their gods are full and no longer thirsty for blood. That whole entire moment is shot beautifully. Whenever it comes to certain situations like this, Mel Gibson just knows how to deliver it to us, because he always does the exact same thing. He always slows everything down just a tad bit and also mutes everything that's going on in the scene just so we can hear the music a little bit better. And it just creates this mood that just gives you chills every single time. I absolutely love Apocalypto. I think it's one of the greatest movies ever made, hands down. Extremely entertaining. If you guys have not seen it, watch it. I've been saying this for years. Whenever it comes to directing, Mel Gibson has yet to make a bad film. Say whatever you want about the guy, about his acting, about his personal life. He knows how to direct a movie. And if you haven't seen Apocalypto, you are missing out. But that is all for this video. If you guys have anything else that you want to mention down in the comments about the solar eclipse, whether or not you believe children will start killing in 10 years from now, links to a bunch of stuff is in the description. Do me a favor, go check it out. Appreciate the support. As always, thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. I think that's all I got. So, yeah, bye.